For centuries, Greek mythology has captivated our imaginations with tales of gods, monsters, and epic battles. But behind every hero and legendary event lies the often untold stories of women. From the mighty goddesses of Olympus to the mortal heroines whose courage shaped the world, their influence is woven into every corner of these ancient myths. But who were these women? What power did they truly wield in a world dominated by male gods and warriors? Today, we dive deep into the myths, exploring the roles of goddesses like Athena and Hera, the wisdom and wrath of queens, and the mortal women who dared to defy fate. This is the story of women in Greek mythology, goddesses, mortals, and heroines. Our journey begins with Athena, one of the most powerful and revered goddesses of Olympus. Known for her wisdom, war strategy, and unwavering sense of justice, Athena was not only a goddess of war, but also of civilization and craft. Athena's birth alone sets her apart. Unlike any other Olympian, she sprang fully formed from the forehead of Zeus, already equipped with the armor and intellect that would make her one of the most formidable figures in Greek mythology. As the patron goddess of Athens, she represented the balance between intelligence and strength, a perfect harmony that allowed her to dominate both the battlefield and the political sphere. Athena's influence stretched far beyond Olympus. She was the protector of heroes. It was her guidance that helped Odysseus navigate the treacherous waters of the Mediterranean, and it was her wisdom that enabled Perseus to defeat the Gorgon Medusa. Through these tales, we see her as not just a goddess, but a force that shapes the destinies of both gods and mortals alike. Next, we turn to Hera, queen of the gods and wife of Zeus. Hera is often remembered for her jealousy and wrath, but her true power runs far deeper. As the goddess of marriage, childbirth, and the protector of women, Hera was a force to be reckoned with. Hera's complex role in mythology often saw her locked in battle with Zeus over his infidelities, while many tales portray her as vindictive, particularly toward Zeus's lovers and illegitimate offspring. Her rage stems from a profound sense of justice and the defense of marriage, a sacred institution over which she had dominion. In the Trojan War, Hera's influence was monumental. She used her cunning to manipulate other gods and mortals, working behind the scenes to shift the tide of battle. Despite being overshadowed by her husband, Hera's power as Queen of Olympus was undeniable, often dictating the fates of both gods and men. Artemis, the virgin goddess of the hunt, represents independence, wildness, and female strength. She is fiercely protective of women, particularly young maidens. Her wrath was quick and unforgiving toward those who harmed or disrespected women. One of the most famous tales involving Artemis is the tragedy of Niobe, a queen who boasted that she was superior to the goddess Leto, mother of Artemis and Apollo. In retribution, Artemis and Apollo struck down Niobe's children, illustrating the divine wrath that could befall anyone who dared challenge a goddess's power. While the goddesses of Olympus were mighty and immortal, mortal women too left their mark on mythology. One of the most famous of these heroines was Atalanta, known for her speed, strength, and independence. Atalanta defied the traditional roles of women in ancient Greece. She was abandoned as a baby, but grew up to become one of the fastest runners and fiercest hunters in the land. Her role in the Caledonian boar hunt solidified her place among the greatest heroes of Greek myth, standing alongside figures like Jason and Theseus. Despite her independence, Atalanta's fate was sealed when she was forced to marry. She agreed to marry any suitor who could outrun her in a race, confident that none could. However, Hippomenes, with the help of Aphrodite's golden apples, distracted her long enough to win. Though she was tricked into marriage, Atalanta's story is one of triumph, freedom, and the ultimate struggle between fate and free will. Medea is perhaps one of the most tragic and controversial heroines in Greek mythology. A powerful sorceress, she sacrificed everything for love. Medea helped Jason, the hero of the Argonauts, win the Golden Fleece by betraying her own family and using her magic to overcome impossible challenges. But her story does not end in triumph. After years of marriage and bearing children for Jason, Medea was cruelly cast aside when Jason chose to marry another. In an act of unimaginable grief and rage, Medea took vengeance by killing her own children, cementing her legacy as one of the most tragic figures in mythology. Beyond individual stories, the influence of women in Greek mythology extended across the pantheon. Goddesses like Demeter, Persephone, and Hecate wielded great power in realms like agriculture, the underworld, and witchcraft. Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, and her daughter Persephone, who ruled the underworld with Hades, represented the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Their myth is central to Greek understandings of agriculture and the changing of the seasons, but it also speaks to the deep emotional bond between mother and daughter. When Persephone was abducted by Hades, Demeter's grief caused the world to wither, showing how the emotions of goddesses could have profound consequences on human life and the natural world. From the wisdom of Athena and the wrath of Hera to the courage of Atalanta and the tragedy of Medea, the role of women in Greek mythology is a tapestry woven with strength, complexity, and resilience. These powerful female figures shape the narratives that have echoed through centuries, offering insights not only into ancient Greek society, but also into the timeless struggles and triumphs of women everywhere. As we reflect on these stories, it becomes clear that women in Greek mythology were not merely side characters to male heroes. They were forces of nature, catalysts of change, and guardians of wisdom. Their legacies continue to inspire and challenge us, urging us to recognize the strength within ourselves and the power of our own narratives. Thank you for joining this exploration of the roles women played in Greek mythology. If you found these stories as captivating as we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the myths and legends that shape our world. Until next time, keep seeking the stories that inspire you.